Manchester United are chasing Brentford goalkeeper and Spurs target David Raya, but neither Manchester United or Spurs want to pay Brentford's £40 million asking price. Dean Rastrick has left Tottenham Hotspur Football Club after 13 years. Former head coach Antonio Conte has spoken out about his time at Tottenham and what is next for him. Former star Dele Alli is to return to Everton, and if he plays another 7 games for the Merseyside club, they will have to pay Spurs £10 million. Welcome to another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Let's start with a report from the Daily Express, and it states here, Everton boss Sean Dyche forms opinion on Dele Alli comeback as £10 million Spurs payment lingers. Everton attacking midfielder Dele Alli spent last season on loan in Turkey. In this report, it says that Sean Dyche reportedly believes that Dele Alli is ready to push himself as he looks to relaunch his career at Everton. The 27-year-old attacking midfielder is due to return to Merseyside this summer following an underwhelming loan spell in Turkey, which has left many wondering exactly where Dele Alli's career goes next following an alarming fall from grace. Dele Alli managed just 17 appearances whilst on loan in Turkey this season, scoring just 3 goals before his season was cut short due to injury. The England international was forced to undergo surgery on a hip injury in April, but he is now looking to wipe that slate clean once he has returned to fitness. And according to the Times newspaper, Everton boss Sean Dyche has already held a round of talks with Dele Alli and believes the player still wants to push himself. Now, this report states that if former Tottenham Hotspur ace Dele Alli plays another 7 games for Everton, they will have to pay Spurs £10 million. Everton thrashed out a quick deadline day deal to sign Dele Alli back in January 2022, which was worth up to £40 million in performance-related bonuses. Although there was no initial fee involved, Everton agreed that they would have to pay Spurs £10 million when Dele Alli reached 20 appearances for the Toffees. A report from the Daily Express is stating that Manchester United are still in the mix to snatch Ange Postecoglou's priority Tottenham signing. Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur are both looking to sign a new goalkeeper in the summer transfer window. Manchester United could reportedly pounce to snatch David Raya from Tottenham's clutches, despite Spurs being ahead in the race for the Brentford goalkeeper. The Spain international is looking to embark on a new chapter this summer after turning down 2 substantial contract offers from the Bees. So Brentford are now ready to offload their number 1, providing their £40 million valuation is met. Despite strong interest, no club is currently prepared to match that figure, and therefore Brentford may have to reduce their demands before a deal can be struck. And according to the Daily Telegraph, Manchester United remain on the case despite the fact that Spurs are currently leading the chase for the 27-year-old goalkeeper. Spurs have already been discussing personal terms as the club are prioritising the signing of a goalkeeper to replace Hugo Lloris. The Frenchman is expected to leave North London this summer and is already the subject of strong interest from Saudi Arabia. Former Tottenham Hotspur head coach Antonio Conte has spoken out about his Spurs career and what is next for him. He said the last experience, like all of them really, had some things that were positive and some less so. The experience was wonderful. We did the maximum possible and gave all that we had. When I arrived, the team was in 8th or 9th place, yet we qualified for the Champions League. Then this season, with the side in 4th position, I decided we should part ways with Tottenham. Some had decided to settle for less. I still have the desire to coach. That passion never goes. If it did, I would have to look at myself inside and think that it was no longer right to continue doing this as a profession. Having said that, I am also not searching for a job. If something important and serious came along that gave me motivation, then I would consider it in Italy or abroad. In a report from the Daily Mail today, it states that Tottenham lose highly rated academy manager Dean Rastrick and are forced into academy restructure just as Ange Postecoglou joins from Celtic. In the main report, it says that Spurs have been dealt a blow after highly regarded academy manager Dean Rastrick has decided to leave the club. Rastrick has been at the club since 2010 and has ran the academy since 2020 when John McDermott left for the FA. Last season, Spurs won the Premier League Cups at under 18 and under 17 level, and Chairman Daniel Levy referred to the importance of the club's youngsters on the appointment of new manager Ange Postecoglou last week. Rastrick's departure will force Spurs into an academy restructure. Rastrick, who has previously worked at Derby County, Norwich City and Luton Town, has been linked with a role at the FA in recent months. Dean Rastrick said, "I've had an amazing 13 years at the club and feel privileged for the responsibility and support I've been given during my time at Tottenham. I'm immensely proud of what we have achieved. At this stage of my career, I feel that it is the right time for me to move on, and I will always look back at my time at Tottenham Hotspur with great pride and affection." Dean Rastrick then went on to say, "It has been an honour to serve this amazing club, and I would like to thank Daniel Levy, the board, current and previous staff and coaches, club partners, young players and their families for their support throughout the years, and wish the Spurs team every success on their journeys." The Daily Mail article also states that Tottenham, who lost head of emerging talent Chris Perkins to Arsenal back in January, will now have to restructure their academy and recruitment departments ahead of a busy summer. Now, my thoughts on these stories in this episode. Let's start by talking about David Raya. As I've said on previous episodes, the £40 million asking price. I'm hoping that Spurs do get this deal done. No matter how we get it done, just get this one over the line, because we need a decent goalkeeper coming in. We need a goalkeeper that can play the Ange Postecoglou way. And that is a goalkeeper good with his feet, sweeper keeper, get the ball moving fast. And I think David Raya is, or would be, an exceptional addition to this Tottenham Hotspur team and our squad. Hoping that Manchester United don't nip in, or even indeed Chelsea nip in before Spurs to get this deal done. Let's hope that Spurs can just work hard, get this deal done, because it looks very, very likely that Hugo Lloris will be going out the door this summer. And it has got to be on the priority list, a goalkeeper and a number of defenders. Now, Dean Rastrick leaving the Tottenham Hotspur Academy after 13 years. I tell you what, Dean was such a great guy. I met Dean on a number of occasions at various academy matches and development games. Always used to say hello, and always used to have a chat with him about the teams and about the players coming through. And I think this is going to be a massive loss to Tottenham Hotspur. When you've had a guy in there, working at Spurs for 13 long years, and bearing in mind as well that we were very successful in the academy this year, both the under-17s and the under-18s winning the Premier League Cup. So a very, very successful year. But me personally, I wish Dean all of the very best. And there have been many reports in the last couple of months which I've gone through on this channel. It looks likely that he will go on to the Football Association, as did John McDermott. But whatever he does, I wish him all of the very best. Now, Antonio Conte's comments. All I'm going to say on Antonio Conte is that he came in, and I called him the magician at the time, because he did transform our club very, very quickly. Of course, we had those couple of signings coming in as well, Bentancur and Kulusevski. Between him and Fabio Paratici, they got those two over the line. And he got us top four, which at the time was seen as a miracle. He even used that word, miracle. And I think it's fair to say, as he has said, he took Spurs as far as he could. To finish in the top four with, some of the players that we had. We need a rebuild now. But I think Antonio Conte did a good job. And when you look at it, he left Spurs when we were fourth. He left Spurs when we were in a Champions League spot. Of course, that last game was the Southampton away game. And then, of course, that explosive press conference after. I just think that the frustrating thing for a lot of Spurs fans is that the fact that he just did not commit to his future. And I think that all of us felt, so many Spurs fans felt that, it was going to be his last season anyway. And so when he did end up leaving, I don't think that many people were really that concerned. It was the fact that, the club took 71 days to appoint a manager, which of course we've got Ange Postecoglou in now, and the excitement is growing around his appointment. But overall, I would say that Antonio Conte done a good job at Spurs, and again, another guy that I wish all of the very best. I would think it would be a great shame if Antonio Conte didn't ever manage a football club again, because he's got so much to give, he's got so much to offer, and he's a born winner. Dele Alli, 7 more appearances and Tottenham Hotspur get £10 million. I tell you what, I feel very, very sad, and I've said this many times as well, I feel very sad the way that Dele Alli's career has gone downhill so quickly, so rapidly. I would love to see Dele Alli back in the Premier League playing, get back to his best, be playing Premier League football. And, under Sean Dyche, I'm sure that Sean Dyche would... he could turn Dele Alli's career around, and another guy I wish all of the very best, Dele Alli. It'd be nice to see him, playing Premier League football again. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.